let me just stop here, right? So this is what I said to Carl. Do you fancy doing a five-a-side football of Scorsese characters? And I think Carl's response was, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That was it. So we didn't discuss rules. We didn't discuss anything. So, go on. What was your question?
Well, listen, I've put in the work. I've thought about this.
Yeah, fine.
Are we allowed real-life characters? So Jake LaMotta. Because that's not a Scorsese character, is it? He's not.
Yeah, he's a character in a Scorsese film. Yes.
Right, because I've not got any of
the
these.
Jake LaMotta in the film is not going to be the same as the Jake LaMotta in real life, regardless of if they're similar.
Same, yeah. All right. Well, I've not got any of those, but okay. So it sounds like you might have. The other thing is, are we allowed the same actor twice?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Right.
They're different characters. They are in the film world. They are completely different people, even if they might look quite similar.
Okay, so I had contingency for those because I wanted to name the same character twice, or I now have a bench.
Okay, cool. Well, it's important because I imagine some of their fitnesses is going to be a bit of a struggle. So.
Well, formation-wise, you mentioned formation.
Sure.
I mean, it's because it's only five-a-side. I was really tempted to
You're
just
limited
stack
with
it.
what you can do.
Well, I was tempted to just stack it with techers and just go. It's total football. You're all
sure.
But I've not done that. I've gone with a 1-2-1.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's a nice
stand. From my experience of coaching junior football, it's a solid five-a-side formation.
Yeah. Okay.
So where do you want to start? Do you want to do yours then mine? Do you want to go position by position?
Because
we've got the same formation.
Position,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone with Travis Bickle, taxi driver.
Okay.
In goal.
Yep.
You've got to be mentally unhinged to be a goalkeeper. Let's face it.
Played quite a lot of time in goal myself.
There you go. Point proved.
Mm-hmm.
Proven? Proved? Jesus. Stick to an alcoholic beer. And that vigilante spirit will really come in handy when you're crazy.
I know what you're
goalkeeper in
saying.
Five-a-side.
I know what you're saying.
Small and agile as well.
I've taken some of that. Well, you see, I've gone with someone who is a terrier, ferocious, because you've got to be chucking yourself at people's feet, and also someone who's faster and more agile than Travis Bickle. I've gone for Tommy DeVito.
Oh, okay. He's
made
my team.
Seen him that knife in Goodfellas. He's got some real snap about him as Tommy.
Okay, yeah. Tommy DeVito does make my team, but he's obviously flexible. He's got some position flexibility.
He's a terrier.
Yeah.
He's my goalkeeper.
Who's your defender?
Well, because I've got the techers elsewhere, because again, tempted to go with someone a bit more cultured that's five-a-side here, but my team was lacking an enforcer, so I've gone for Travis Bickle in defence.
Okay, right, okay, cool, right. So I've gone for Jake LaMotta in defence, right? So tough, resilient, old school defender. You know, nothing's getting past him. Plus,
after all, before the timber.
I was going to say, plus in his fatter days, provides a proper barrier on a small pitch. So could
it's easy to
depending on how long the game goes on for, and he piles it on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going for. You'll see a bit of a theme in some of my pitch. You're not leaving this pitch alive. Like any games that come on. Like there you go. Midfield.
So I've gone for an organiser, Ace Rothstein, pulling the strings.
Interesting. So I wanted one of my midfielders to really play on the wing and be a proper, tricky player. So someone who's particularly fond of the white lines would be helpful here. So I was going to go for Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street. He's creative. He provides plenty of opportunities, whether legal or not. But I did decide to go in a different direction and went for Staff Sergeant Dignam from The Departed, the Mark Wahlberg character, whose, I think, creative language translates to creativity on the pitch, and whilst also maintaining that grit that you need as well to be able to get stuck in. So creativity combined with the grit, he's one of my two midfielders. What's your second?
My second one, again, and this is where I've paired De Niro with De Niro because I've gone Jimmy Conway. Absolute smooth operator, absolute techers on the boy. He will just be gliding all over the pitch. You won't be able to keep up with him.
So this is where Tommy DeVito comes in for me. This midfield, you're not getting out alive.
That's a really combative midfield.
It is. Like, no one's getting past. He's a Roy Keane style, like, at his worst. Midfield enforcer, tough guy, cut down the opponents, winning tackles, likely to get sent off / imprisoned. But, you've got Dignam, you've got DeVito, the double Ds in midfield. You're not getting past them.
Up front, I've got Nicky Santoro, for similar reasons as to why Tommy DeVito is in goal. Absolute terrier. He's going to be snapping at the defenders. He's going to win turnovers. He's going to be poaching. He's going to be sniffing around the box. A real presence up there. A real annoyance.
And I went for Jordan Belfort up front. So his goal celebrations alone would be well worth watching. Just imagine where he's going to pull a candle from. Just imagine the sort of things he's going to be running onto the pitch to celebrate with him. He's got that confidence. He's got the self-belief and that one-track mind necessary for a striker as well. I think, yeah, nailed on.
Now, actually, these both might be better. Actually, so if I'm going to have to sub out a De Niro, I've got to leave the organizer on there. I've got to leave the chief architect in Ace Rothstein.
Sure.
Jimmy Conway comes out for Vincent Laurier. The Colour of Money.
Oh, right, okay. That's a gap on my Scorsese.
The techers on this boy, unbelievable techers, right? You just what he can't do.
Who's he played by in that?
Tom Cruise. What he can't do with the ball is not worth knowing.
Liking that, yeah. I think that would have been a better choice.
Yeah. So it's just, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna sub him in. Fuck off, Jimmy Conway. You can manage.
There we go. Good stuff. My manager was Ace Rothstein.
Yeah, fair point.
Thought shrewd operator, knows how to run things smoothly, focus on strategy, analytics, maintaining order within a team, and who's going to control Tommy DeVito and?
Well, the problem is in fact, and this comes on to pitting them against each other, is he can't control them. He thinks he can do it all by himself.
That's true.
So
perfect manager.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. You're inevitably going to get a clash at some point. He's going to lose the dressing room, and he's going to blow up because he can't deal with it.
Fair point.
I think the real problem you've got with my team is you think you're going to be able to take Rothstein out, and you're just going to get nowhere near him because he's always 3 moves ahead.
Yeah.
And then Vincent Laurier is just going to make your boys look like an absolute.
Yeah, I do. And
absolute.
The lack of skill in midfield could really be.
And in 5-a-side, that's terminal. That's terminal in 5-a-side.
I mean, you will leave the pitch with broken legs.
You won't. I promise you, you will not get near them. So yeah, do not underestimate the capability of intelligent footballers to make you look like a fucking dickhead.
Good stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, you gave it a lot of thought. I appreciate that.
Well, listen, if nothing else, I put the work in.
Hey, look, it might come back. Who knows? If we get another director that we do a few films on, we can bit them. We could have a Scorsese versus another director 5-a-side and on we go. And if we get really big, then we can actually get the actors themselves, and we'll just put them in a charity match.
Yes,
sorted. Some of them probably dead.
I was going to say, I'm just looking down the list now.
I think we're okay.
No, we're sound. Yeah, I do have concerns about Joe Pesci's ability to do 30 minutes there.
Was he 84, 85 or something by now? Yeah. I think that would be.
I mean, I don't have the striker problem anymore, but even in goal, Jesus Christ.